For our first story, we have I accidentally saw a text on my 28 male girlfriend, 29 female computer saying that she feels she's out of my league. I feel like I have to break up with her? TLDR. Went to help GF with presentation. Accidentally found a convo between her and her sister where my GF said she's out of my league, unambitious, eat like shit, would never want kids with me even if we did want them, we don't, and would resent me for making less money than her. I've been with my girlfriend for around 3 years. Everything has been pretty good overall. This happened a few weeks ago, so I've had time to think on it. My girlfriend had an opportunity to go on a free sunset cruise, fancy dinner, drinks etc. with some coworkers, but had a presentation due that night which needed a bit of work, so I said I'd do it so she could go. Turns out it needed a bit more work than I thought. I was on her MacBook and I want to send it to myself to work on the desktop, Windows, so I can be more comfortable. So I open messages, can't find my name in the recent convos, and just type it in the search bar. When you do that on a Mac, it turns out that it'll show the contacts, if you search a name, and also show the most recent conversations where the search term, my name, was mentioned. Right before I click my name, I notice a message from her sister that says, I like OP a lot, but I feel like you are very much out of his league and he should try harder to be a better man for you. So I open it, maybe shitty I know, to which my GF responded, I agree. I read their convo, nothing more, and she went on to say that she thinks I'm unambitious, eat like shit, will resent me for making less than her, and that she wouldn't want kids with me, even if she, GF, did want kids. She said that I was the one thing keeping her happy though. This was said during a fight over her never being willing to visit me 1 hour away and leaving me to do all the traveling, but then saying she was going to fly 6 hours one way to visit her male friend. Only context given, for literally 1 day. She'd fly in at night, spend 1 day together, then fly back the following day. It turned into a fight because she was willing to fly 12 hours round trip and spend hundreds of dollars on a flight. And we both have no money because we're students, so it's a big deal, but wouldn't travel 1 hour away to visit me for an entire weekend. I'd agree that she probably is out of my league, and she will almost definitely make more money than me, but we both will have doctoral degrees and I expect to make 120 to 130k and she'll probably make 250 to 300k, so there is an income disparity, but it's not like I'm not making good money regardless. I don't think I eat that bad, and I'm slim, low end of normal BMI. So I don't think I'm completely out of touch there, but definitely not eating salmon and steak every night. There was no mistreatment on either end. I try to do nice things with and for her within the means of my $0 student salary, and her parents like me. I just think she doesn't like me. I almost feel dumb for asking, but I'd be a fool if I didn't break up with her, right? Update. Yeah, we're done. That's the end of our first post. Let's see what the commenters had to say. Our first commenter says, mate, put aside what she says for a second. She's willing to go visit a male friend 6 hours away but unwilling to visit you an hour away ever? That should have been the end right there. Our second commenter says, the truth is that you can do better than her. You deserve someone who is as engaged in the relationship as you are. You deserve to be appreciated. You deserve to be with someone who doesn't see you as beneath her. Break up with her, and when she asks why, tell her that you can do better than her. Because you certainly can. Our third commenter says, wow, she thinks she's out of your league when you're the type of guy who'd finish her work for her so she can go party. My friend, you're a true unicorn. Smart, hardworking, humble, and kind. You should definitely dump her and find someone who deserves you. By the way, women can have a tendency to talk about their relationships with their family and friends, but dissing your so like she did is really poor form. And an overnight to an opposite sex friend. No way. She sounds like a user, frankly. For our second story, we have my friends, 25 female, are warning me to leave my boyfriend, 27 male, together 1 year, but won't tell me why. Am I missing something? The following dialogues are non-verbatim, but I made it just so you get the point. Hi, I, 25 female, have been dating my boyfriend, 27 male, for about a year, and I thought everything was going great, or at least from my perspective. He's charming, attentive, and we have so much fun together. But lately my friends have been acting really weird about him. They've started dropping subtle comments like, are you sure you're happy? Or, you know we're here for you, right? It feels like they're trying to hint at something, but whenever I ask them outright, they just shrug it off or change the subject. Recently, one of my closest friends told me, "I think you should get out of this relationship before it gets worse," but she refused to give me a reason. She just said, "I can't tell you right now, but you'll see eventually." I feel stuck because I don't see what they're seeing. Sure, my boyfriend has his flaws, like he's a bit controlling about how I spend my time. For example, he doesn't like it when I go out with my friends without him and will call or text me constantly to check in. If I don't reply right away, he gets upset and accuses me of ignoring him. He also doesn't really like my friends and will say things like, "I just don't think they're good for you," or, "They're jealous of what we have." He's also made some concerning comments about my appearance. He'll tell me I don't need to wear makeup or dress up because I'm already his, and if I push back, he gets defensive and says he's just being honest. He even threw out a few of my favorite outfits once, saying they didn't fit the new me. Another thing that's been bothering me is how he handles money. He insists on paying for most things, which seemed generous at first, but now he uses it against me. If we argue, he'll bring up how much he's done for me financially, making me feel guilty. He's even asked me to quit my job because he can take care of everything, but I love my job and don't want to give it up. The other day, he went through my phone while I was in the shower, claiming he was just curious because I've been acting distant. I wasn't even acting weird, but he said it like I had something to hide. He apologized later, but now I feel like I have to walk on eggshells to avoid upsetting him. When it's just us, he's sweet and loving. He talks about our future together and he's there when I'm upset. But my friend's reactions and his behavior have me second-guessing everything. Am I overthinking this? Are my friends overreacting, or is there something I'm too blinded by love to see? I don't know what to do, and their silence is starting to make me anxious. Any advice would be appreciated. That's the end of our second post. Let's see what the commenters had to say. Our first commenter says, "I think you've just listed the reasons why your friends are concerned for you. Take care." Our second commenter says, "There's a very good reason your friends don't like him. They can see how controlling he is. He is only going to get worse. They're not wrong. He wants to control what you wear, how you spend your time, and how you spend your money, by providing it. These are huge red flags." Our third commenter says, "This has got to be bait." For our last story, we have, "My girlfriend, 27 female, got annoyed that I, 29 male, plan to stay at my mom's house twice a week. I live with my girlfriend and we live around a 30 minutes drive from my mom. This year my mom got diagnosed with cancer and is currently undergoing chemo. Her anxiety is now through the roof due to the side effects of the treatment. She's been hospitalized a few times because of the side effects, so she's now worrying constantly. She's scared because she lives alone and is worried something will happen to her. I was talking to my brother and sister, and since we all live pretty close, we brought up the possibility of us staying over a couple nights a week. We mentioned this to our mom and she was really grateful. I mentioned this to my girlfriend and she asked if I was serious. I told her I was, but she said I shouldn't be staying over every week. I told her I'm not just going to let my mom sit scared and alone. She said I should be prioritizing our relationship and not staying out for a few nights every week. I told her she was being completely unempathetic and that my mom needs me. She just said I wasn't thinking about the relationship, but I just pointed out 2 nights is hardly a lot. How would you handle this? TLDR, my girlfriend got annoyed that I planned to stay at my mom's twice a week because she is ill. She said I shouldn't be staying away for multiple nights each week. That's the end of our last post. Let's see what the commenters had to say. Our first commenter says, "The universe hands us moments that define who we are, and this is one of them. Your mother's fighting for her life while your girlfriend's fighting for date nights. See the disconnect? A partner who tries to separate you from supporting a seriously ill parent needs to do some serious soul searching. Your siblings stepped up without hesitation because they understand what's at stake. Your girlfriend's reaction isn't just concerning, it's revealing something fundamental about her character. Sometimes love means making tough choices, but choosing to support your mother through cancer treatment shouldn't be one of them." Our second commenter says, "I would personally break up with someone who is that dismissive of my mom's cancer. Anyone's cancer, really, but especially your mom's. Your GF is super egocentric and lacks empathy. That would give me an ick so big I'd instantly break up." A good partner would not only understand, they'd likely offer to go with you to support you and your mum both. Our third commenter says, "It sounds like your GF is somewhat devoid of compassion. She's only going to get worse if your mother's condition deteriorates. Obviously one hopes it does not and the treatment is effective. Is she going to start criticizing you for spending too much time at the hospital, too? A decent GF would be asking what she can do to help, whether you wanted her to stay over with you and help out, etc. etc. Your GF has given you a valuable lesson here. She's shown you who she really is when the chips are down." That's all for today. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.